for Belize court. Now we're talking about
But
international court that deals with world issues and international law. So it truly has to be international.
All right, tell me another thing. What if the two countries agree at the referendum? Yes, make everything in the court.
Yeah.
And the court make a decision which according to all of we, Guatemala claim bogus, so the court and said that Barcelona is only going loan full.
Yeah.
Guatemala, that don't mean nothing to Guatemala. The International Court of Justice can't enforce their decision.
That's true. So you come now to whether you should go to the ICJ. Your point is correct. You cannot enforce. But what it does for Belize, it builds greater goodwill. If the court definitively answers the question in Belize's favor, then it's easier to prevail on the international community to support a process of clearing the border, for instance, sufficiently wide so everybody could see plainly where the border is. Right now, nobody wants to touch it because it's in dispute. So even though Guatemala, it's possible that they could say, well, after that, we still not recognize it. The point is that in practical terms, because what we're facing right now, there's some practical difficulties, the illegal incursions, illegal settlements, illegal harvesting of chate. With the ICJ case resolved in our favor, there are practical things that could be addressed that would flow from that. People want to stop BKG. If you go to somebody right now in the international community and try to win support and say, oh, Guatemala has this claim to Belize, people, because of how diplomacy works and international relations, would be very hesitant to say, oh, the Guatemalan claim is bogus, they're ridiculous, they're hard-headed, we support you 100%. That's not how it works. But with arbiter like the ICJ saying so, then it is my view that many practical considerations will flow from that that will help Belize in the preservation of its sovereignty in a practical sense.
But on the ground, given the fact that we are so small and they are so big and they decide not to accept ICJ's legal ruling, the ICJ can't do anything, nobody can enforce that decision. So practically, we still have the problem with them.
No, I mean, but you would still.
It helps us diplomatically, but
no, I'm not saying diplomatic at all. I'm saying in a very real way, in terms of what it is much easier after an ICJ decision to get assistance to clear that border area, to keep it clear. Car clearing now one thing, but when the bush grow back, a lot of money for keep. So you keep it clear. There's much greater support for then putting international pressure on Guatemala from the international community, because the matter would have been resolved by a court. That is how you resolve disputes, through an international court like the ICJ. So if one party, after voluntarily submitting, because they could decide, and submit, we can't force them. But it's a totally different case when both sides voluntarily submit to the jurisdiction